On behalf of Team Three Wise Monkeys NMIMS India, this is Anisha Mukhija here to present our perspective on the Spring Singapore case to enhance the success possibilities for SG Enterprise in India. A quick look at the case scenario, we've seen that SG Enterprise has leveraged its strengths and the contrarian expansion strategy to build its global footprint in Asia and UAE. With the horizontal integration of the product lines, it ventured into India in 2005. The initial success factors of own representative office in Bangalore, a lean setup with full backup from Singapore, import duty benefits, and convenience of dealing with the SG offices has led to its growth. However, it faces a few challenges now after establishment of the new trading office in Delhi, which led to administrative issues, unorderly management, leading to strained relationships with the headquarters and eventually losing the market share. This industry shows a great potential for expansion with the hotel chain industry in India and with the optimism fueling the economic growth. Thus, we will now be reviewing the SG Enterprises business strategy in India. The objectives for us were to understand the key aspects of the industry and its stakeholders, and basis this recommend a fresh perspective for the SG Enterprises success in India. The methodology adopted by us was a thorough secondary analysis coupled with primary insights and analyzing them to come up with a go-to market strategy and using the BE framework to check the feasibility. As we see the industry trends, you can see that there is a shift in the consumers from the unbranded to the branded segment, with a growth in the from unorganized to the organized sector. Also, you can see that there is a large opportunity in the home improvement category. Thus, it is the right time to leverage this shift of consumers and focus on the branded products in the home improvement industry. Analyzing this brand improvement industry from the Porter's Five Forces model, we see that the rivalry in the industry is moderate, with the local players having a command of market leadership due to the long existence and strong customer relationship. The major competition is from the unorganized retail, which is highly fragmented. The threat of the entrants, the threat of suppliers, bargaining power of the suppliers, and the threat of substitutes all are low because this industry there is low switching cost, large capital investment required, incremental innovation, and here more than the brand, the country of origin is what matters. However, the bargaining power of the buyers is extremely high. With a large number of small players, standard product offerings, the customers have the ball in their court. Before we start with the recommendations, we have a look at the trying to understand the culture of India. India is a high social bonding and connect. For us, the home is a pride possession. Even for the corporate offices, it is a one-time one-time investment, building the most valued asset for them. However, we've seen a growing incremental trend in the influencers like interior designers playing a key role in the consumer's decision making. Each consumer has some specific aspect to it, like the end consumers, for them the touch and feel matters. They have a different liking, variety seeking in nature, and demand convenience at their doorstep. For the architects and the interior designers, consumers trusting in them is the most important, and to overcome the hindrances and problems with their most crucial setup of the concept. When it comes to the retailers, the unorganized sector behaves like aggregators, which creates a win-win situation for each and every retailer, and the organized segment provides systematic and great opportunities for young entrepreneurs with the no inventory model. Moving on, we have come up with a go-to-market strategy for the three consumer segments as mentioned earlier, with the channel strategies to expand into the setup of the COCO stores, with introduce the premium world of home finishing, which will enhance the visibility and the brand image. Make use of franchisee model to enhance the penetration in major cities and provide loyalty to your customers and better service. And come up with tie-ups with the influencers, which will help them to leverage on their network and expertise and provide the consumers with the exclusive service. Talking about the marketing strategy, this is a niche premium category which needs a well-marketed support to make the consumers aware about the products. Hence, we introduced the ingredient marketing and cross-selling, which will help to build its presence across the nation. The franchising model is simple, which starts with the value chain from the corporate office, moving down from the warehouses to the FOFO stores, which will ultimately meet the end consumers. We target the tier 1 cities with the population of greater than 2 million, which will have high per capita income to invest in our products. The two models we recommend are first would be the generating the leads and finalizing the deals across the value chain from the regional warehouse in Bhiwandi to the retailers in Vileparle and the consumers. In fact, we met with the retailers like Marshalls, Bharat Furnishing, InDesign Studios who were ready to be on board with the idea with the low inventory keeping and standard experience for the customers and are ready to be on board. The other option we are recommending is that direct delivery from the regional warehouses to the consumers to make the process swifter and quicker. The key requirements for a franchisee model are the main financial requirements with the one-time high-time fees, annual expenditures, the staffing and the support staff required will be high, but this is an industry which will be growing and thus the entrepreneurs have a high ROI with the high margins being from up to 35% of the sales. Thus, it will be a lucrative option for the investors to come and take the risk involved, but with the high potential and high gain possibilities. When we talk about the COCO model, we've tried to understand that in the consumer's decision-making process, the interior designers and the retailers both play a key role. The problems that they currently face where you have bulky concept books and you have no proper stacking of this as shown in this primary store, it's all bundled and kept on one above the other, which does not give the retailer an aesthetic appeal to have an attraction towards it. On this insights, we've come up with that customization and personalization is something that the consumers are looking forward to, and there's a skewed awareness of the premium and innovative designer products. Thus, we recommend them to set up real-time experience, retail experience stores which will be company owned and will provide a unique experience in the tier 1 cities where the higher capita per income and the high population. These will be called as the our experience centers, which will provide them not only the experience of shopping but even amazing inspirational ideas, expert advice from the experienced consultants. We will help them make their beautiful homes a reality. Like in the pictures, we've depicted that in spite of just checking, instead of taking just the books for the images, here you can experience the texture, feel the finishing and the laminations on your own by walking through the at every step. Moving on ahead with the new innovative technology, we would recommend them to bridge the gap from the customer expectations to the reality with providing a tablet in the hands of the key influencers, our interior designers. The first step and the most important step is for them is to get on board and then come up with the concept design. We have divided this into two phases, where in the first phase, in the first consultancy visit, they take a picture, customize it with the presence of the client, try it in their house and demonstrate the magic that the home furnishing industry can do to their home. Later on, once they are on board, the concept designs can be uploaded onto the tablet and then demonstrated and give the opportunity to the customers to pick and choose and tweak the concept designs themselves to suit their needs. This will provide better efficiency for the productivity of the interior designers as well. With the growing trends in the social media industry, we are recommending them to use the social media platforms to build consumer engagement and use it as an advocacy medium for the latest trends. Make use of the YouTube channels to demonstrate the world of your imagination and show the consumers what we can do. We make them believe that you imagine and we create. The next big thing will be the QR code, wherein in hotels, institutions, and commercial buildings, wherever you like a particular product, you scan it and we will get you the details and make it available at your doorstep. Moving on ahead, we have made a BE roadmap considering the new market. It's a new market with a great potential. On the basis of the feasibility for a period of 2 years, which we have given the suggestions. For leadership, the objective will be a clear long-term and short-term strategy impacting and establishing the communication, motivational and supportive leadership for the business. We aim to plan in congruence with the dynamic industry trends which is continuously changing and provide clear supply and demand forecasting. The information we intend to utilize the internal intelligence like data analytics centers of Singapore for the insights, which will help them gain competitive advantage in the market and establish SG as a market leader in India. The motivation of the workforce needs to be kept high because it's an industry where people are a key road to the success, which will help us retain the experienced sales force and keep the motivations high. The standardization processes will involve a proper installation time and service frequency, which will increase the customer-centric and friendly process. Minimal operational inefficiencies, which will bring market innovations time to time. The customer satisfaction will be a key priority with involvement in them in the customer engagement programs and the referral schemes. All of this will result into a constant check on the match between the strategy and results, wherein we will have well-defined KRAs and metrics which can be reviewed on a monthly, quarterly and annually basis, thus making our organization not only customer-centric but also result-oriented with a frequent review of results and the performances. Having a look at the financial model, we've established the financial model, calculated the returns from the COCO and the FOFO stores and prepared a country-level returns for the Spring SG enterprise. We see that the profit margins are very high in each of the COCO as well as the FOFO stores. Thus, the break-even sales is not very high, which will result into a promising attractive returns for the Spring as well as for the entrepreneur in terms of the FOFO stores. This model will provide Spring with an attractive ROI of 39% with the given assumptions. With this, we've come to the end of our presentation. Thank you for being patient with us.